High Call series.
So children, up to now we have discussed the different concepts in this chapter. That is, what are the different safety rules and what are the different safety habits we have to follow in our daily life in different situations to prevent from the injuries and accidents. And also we have learned about first aid and what are the different first aids we have to take for different injuries like cuts, burns, bleeding nose, and animal bites. In this way, we have learned the subject about the first aid and what are the different steps we have to follow while doing first aid. So now we are enter the next topic, that is the activity part in this chapter. So in this activity part, we will practice some questions and answers, and we will practice the fill in the blanks, and we will practice match the following, and we will practice true or false and fun activities in this activity part. So let us see the first section in the activity part. So look at the screen, children. Here the first section is answer these questions. So now there may be some questions. So there will be some questions and we have to write answers for those questions. So first read the question. What is the first question? What is a balanced diet? And so see the children answer. The balanced diet is the diet which includes right amount of carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, roughage, and water. So children, what is a balanced diet? Already we have learned at the beginning of this chapter about the balanced diet. So everyone should take a balanced diet to keep their bodies very healthy and fit. So what is the balanced diet? So generally we will take a different types of food during the lunch and dinner, and everybody should take care that you have to cover those food items during your lunch and dinner which have these items. That is, which have proteins, vitamins, minerals, fats, and roughage and water. So that's why you have to eat those items, those food items which gives these items to our body. So generally we will get different types of these carbohydrates and proteins by eating especially milk, egg, and meat, and also some leafy vegetables and fresh fruits. So if you follow these food habits, so then we definitely becomes a balanced diet. So shall I read the second question? What causes accidents? What causes accidents? So shall I read the answer? State of carelessness causes accidents. So children, already we have discussed why the accidents are takes place. So because of our carelessness. So because of our carelessness, the accidents will take place, and also the injuries also will cause because of our carelessness. That's why we have to follow some rules. That is the safety rules while we are outside the house and also when we are inside the house. So if you are outside the house, that means if you are walking on the road, and if you are traveling in your vehicle, or if you are playing in your playground, and if you are in a swimming pool, so everywhere you are, we have to follow some safety rules. Then we can prevent accidents. So that's why should not carelessness. We should take care while where you are. Then we will prevent accidents. So what is the cause of accidents? The main reason is our carelessness. So see the next question. What do you mean by first aid? So what do you mean by first aid? The temporary relief given to any injured or sick person before the doctor arrives is called first aid. So children, what is first aid? The temporary relief given to any injured or sick person before the doctor arrives is called first aid. We have learned about first aid in the chapter, and we have also learned about different types of first aids we have to give for different types of injuries. So what is the first aid means? So if any person gets injured or gets sick, so sometimes it may take some time or sometimes it is not possible to get the doctor at that spot immediately. So during that meantime, the doctor has arrived to that place. We have to give some assistance or some medical help to the injured person. So that medical help given to the injured person is called first aid. So children, read the fourth question. How would you help someone with a sprain? So children, how would you help someone with a sprain? So read the answer, children. I help someone with a sprain. The first one is by using a cold ice pack. And second one, by applying ointments such as Iodex, Relaxil, etc. And next one is, and by making the person not to move the sprained part. So children, generally these sprains will take place while you are playing, and if you skids or if you place your feet on any rocks. So that's why, so the sprains will be takes place mainly at the joints of the bones, and they will cause a lot of pain, and even we cannot walk and even we cannot move that part which gets sprained. So that's why first use a cold ice pack. So this cold ice pack will give some relief for this pain. And by applying ointments such as Iodex Relax. So every day, so children, so if the pain is not relieved, if you not get relief from the pain, then apply some ointments like Iodex and Relaxil on the sprain area. So at least 3 times per day or 2 times per day, then we will get relief from the pain caused by sprain. And third one is, and by making the person not to move the sprained part. So children, so don't move the sprained part. So if you don't move the sprained part, so the pain will be healed very quickly. So if you move the sprained part, it will take more time to get healed. So children, so these are some questions, and note down these questions and answers in your note. So children, read the fifth question. What should you do as a first aid if someone gets a chemical burn? So there are a lot of types of burns there. So read the answer. I wash the affected area with plenty of water to remove the chemical. And second one is, I give first aid as for the other burns. So children, so we have discussed what first aid have to given for the chemical burns. There are different types of burns, that is minor burns, severe burns, and burns in the houses, and if you get burns by the clothes. So these are the different types of burns we have discussed. So especially in the case of chemical burns, first wash the affected area with plenty of water. So if you wash the affected area with water, this water will wash away some chemicals present in that area. And the next step is, you have to follow the steps which you follow in the other cases of burns. That is, apply some ointment on the burnt area, and apply some band-aid on the burnt area, and also consult the doctor immediately. So this is answer for the fifth question. Children, read the sixth question. Write about the first aid to be given in case of nose bleeding. So children, read the answer. In case of nose bleeding, we keep the injured person stand straighter or lay him down, keeping his head back and closing his nose tightly. So, children, what is nose bleeding? So, generally, we observe in some children and in some people. So, suddenly the blood will come out from their nose and it will continuously bleeding and it may not stop. So, that is called nose bleeding. And what we have to do immediately, if any person has a nose bleeding, so we keep the injured person stand upright or lay him down on any table and keep his head backside. So, and close his nose tightly with fingers. And second one is, we put a wet towel on his head, it will stop bleeding in few minutes. So immediately, so put a wet cloth. So take a cloth and soak the water soak the cloth in the water and put that wet cloth on his head. It will prevent from the nose bleeding after a few minutes. And third one is, we ask the patient to breathe through his mouth. So children, so while we are closing the mouth tightly, then ask the patient to breathe with his mouth. Because it is not possible to breathe through his nose because we have closed his nose. So that's why ask him to breathe with his mouth. And children, this is the fourth one. For heavy bleeding, we consult the doctor immediately. So if the bleeding is heavy or if the bleeding does not stop, if the bleeding continues, so consult the doctor immediately. So children, read the seventh question. Write about the first aid to be given in case of snake bite. So already we have discussed about the first aid given to the snake bite suspicion. So generally children, so there will be two types of snakes. The first one is poisonous snakes and second type is non-poisonous snakes. So that's why immediately we have to identify whether the snake bite is caused by poisonous or non-poisonous. So read the answer here. We should not allow the victim to move. And children, read the second one. We apply a tight bandage just above the bite to stop the flow of blood to the heart. And see the third one. We take the victim to the doctor. The doctor gives anti-venom injections to remove the poison from the body of the patient. So children, so these are the steps in the first aid given to the snake bite. So what is snake bite here? First, we have to, we should not move the patient. We should not move the victim. And second one is apply a tight bandage just above the bite area. So because, so if you do not tie the bandage, so there will be a flow of poison along with the blood to the heart. So it will lead to the stop the functioning of the heart and it may lead to the death. So that's why, so we have to tie a bandage tightly just above the bite area. It prevents the flowing of the poison and blood to the heart. And the third one is, so immediately the patient is taken to the doctor. The doctor will give an anti-venom injection. So what is anti-venom injection? So anti-venom injection will neutralize the effect of the poison on the body. So children, so these are the questions and answers. So note down these questions and answers in your note. So children, let us see the second section in the activity part. That is write T for true and F for false. So in this section, they have given 7 sentences and we have to read each sentence and understand its meaning. And if the sentence is wrong, that is false, write F in the box. And if the sentence is correct, that is true, write T in the box. So children, so read the 7 sentences first. So what is the first sentence? We should eat a balanced diet. And what is the second sentence? Walk on the footpath. And read the third sentence. State of carefulness always results in an accident. And what is the fourth sentence? The burnt part of the body should be treated with too cold water. And what is the fifth sentence? Extinguishers should be used to put off the fire. And what is the sixth sentence? If the wound is bleeding, leave it open. And read the seventh sentence. In case of snake bite, doctor gives anti-venom injections. So children, so these are the sentences they have given. So now let us see the answers for these sentences. So let us see the answers here. So what is the answer for the first sentence? The answer for the first sentence is true. That means the first sentence is correct. So that is we should eat a balanced diet. So if we eat balanced diet, so it will give vitamins, proteins, carbohydrates, fats, so to your body and it keeps your body very healthy, fit and strong. The first sentence is correct. And what is the answer for the second sentence? That is true. That is the second sentence is also correct. That is walk on the footpath. So children, it is a good safety habit for the walkers to walk on the footpath or to keep to the left side of the road while we are walking. So this is one of the best foot safety habit you have to follow while you are walking on the road. So read the third sentence. The answer for the third sentence is F, that is false. That is, the third sentence is wrong. What is the wrong here? State of carefulness always results in an accident. So children, state of carefulness is always results in accident. So if you are careful, why the accidents will take place? So if you are very careful when you are walking, when you are in vehicle and when you are in swimming pool, when you are in house, so if you are very careful, then there will be no accidents takes place. So but here, state of carefulness always results in accident. So this is wrong. So the answer for the fourth sentence is F. That is false. That is the fourth sentence is also wrong. So what is wrong here? The burnt part of the body should be treated with too cold water. So remember children, so don't treat the burnt part with very too cold water. So we have to use a mild cold water. So we have to keep the burnt area under the flow of a mild cold water but not very too cold water. So the fourth sentence is also wrong. And the answer for the fifth sentence is true. That is the fifth sentence is correct. That is extinguishers should be used to put out the fire. So what are the extinguishers? So the extinguishers are used to put out the fire in the fire accidents. So these extinguishers should also act effectively in the case of fires caused by oils, kerosene and petrol. So that's why extinguishers should be used to put out the fire. And the answer for the sixth sentence is F, that is false. That means the sixth sentence is wrong. What is the wrong here? If the wound is bleeding, leave it open. So if you leave the bleeding wound open, there will be a loss of blood continuously and it will becomes the patient weak and sometimes leads to death. So that's why we should not leave the bleeding wound open and we should stop that bleeding by pressing the cotton over it. So that's why children, the sixth sentence is wrong. And the answer for the seventh sentence is true. That is the seventh sentence is correct. In case of snake bite, doctor gives anti-venom injection. So antivenom, venom means poison. So anti-poison, so which acts against to the poison and which acts against to the effects caused by the poison. And this antivenom injection neutralizes the effect of the poison on the body and keeps and protects the life of the person. So children, so these are the true and false sentences. Note down these sentences in your notebook. So children, let us see the next section. The next section in the activity part is match the following. So in this matching, so there are given some words on the left side and they have given some words on the right side. So what are the words given on the left side? So the first one is minor burns and the second one is fractures and the third one is fire accidents and fourth one is sprain and fifth one is snake bite. So that means the words which are given on the left side represents some injuries and accidents. And read the words given on the right side. That is the first one is antivenom and the next one is fire brigade and third one is foot straight and the fourth one is bernal and the fifth one is iodix. That means these words are words related to these injuries and accidents. So these words are gives relief. That means these are the first aids for these words. So now we have to match these words which are on the left side with the words which are present on the right side. That means we have to find the correct first aid for each accident or each injury given on the left side. So let us see the answers for this matching. So children, look at the matching. They have given answers for this matching. So the answer for the first one is minor burns. Answer is D. That means what is D here? Bernal. So if there are minor burns, we have to apply bernal on the burn area. So next answer for the second one is C. That is fractures, foot straight. So if there are any fractures in the bone of hands or legs, so we should keep the hand or leg straight and we should not move that fractured bone. And also we should tie a bandage tightly for the fractured bone. So that means we have to keep the foot straight if there are fractures. The answer is C. And what is the third one? Fire accidents. And answer is B. So that is fire brigade. The fire accidents will be controlled by fire brigade. And see the fourth one, sprain. So how can we get sprain? We can relieve from this pain. How can we get relief from this pain? We can get relief from this pain, that is E, iodix. So we get relief from this pain by iodix. That means if you apply the ointment iodix over the sprain area at least 3 times per day, so some days after we will get relief from this pain. The fifth one is the snake bite. And what is the first aid for the snake bite? Antivenom. So what is the antivenom is option A. So write A in the bracket. So children, so these are the answers for this matching. So note down this matching in your notebook. So children, let us see the next section. That is right to safety rules that you should follow. So here they have given some situations which may face some accidents in our daily life. So what are the situations they have given? That is on the road, and second one is at home, and third one is while playing, and fourth one is while bursting crackers. So these are the four situations they have given, and we have to write the safety rules we have to follow in these four situations to prevent from our body getting injuries. So let us see the answers for these situations. So children, look at the screen. So here the first one is on the road. So when we are on the road, what are the safety rules we have to follow? So do not get in or off a moving bus. And second one is never play on the road. So children, these are the some safety rules, and we have also learned about some more rules we have discussed in the chapter. So the first one is do not get in or off of a moving bus. We should not get in or get down from a moving bus and ensure that the bus is completely stopped. Then only we have to get in or get down. And also, never play on the road. You will observe some children generally place on the streets or roads, which will causes accidents. And also, children, other safety measures also there. That is, walk on the footpath and walk on the left side of the road, and observe the traffic lights and follow the traffic signals. So these are also some of the safety rules we have to follow while we are on the road. And see the second one, at home. So what are the safety rules we have to follow when we are at home? So what is the first one? Do not rush while climbing up or down the stairs. And second one is be careful while using electrical gadgets and knives, etc. So children, so every home will have staircases, that is steps, and do not move, that means do not run on the staircases, and do not walk speedily on the staircases. So we have to move very slowly, or we have to walk slowly while climbing up or climbing down the stairs. So if you walk speedily or if you run the staircases, there may be a chance of getting skidding or slipping, and you may fall on these staircases. It causes a lot of injuries to your body. Another one is be careful while using electrical gadgets. So you should not touch the electrical gadgets with wet hands. And you should not use the electrical gadgets without the supervision of your parents. So use any electrical gadgets only under the supervision or under the guidance of your elders or parents. Otherwise, there may be chances of getting electric shock. And also, you should not use knives, that is the sharp objects, that is knives, chalks, scissors, etc. Otherwise, they will cause cuts. And do not play with fire, and do not burn the matchsticks, and do not burn the crackers inside the house. So children, and do not run on the wet floor, and do not light the gas stove by your own. So these are some safety rules you have to follow while you are at the home. And see the third one, while playing. So what are the safety rules we have to follow while playing? So don't play with the sharp and pointed instruments. Another one is be careful on swings and merry-go-round. So children, so don't play with the sharp objects, that is knives, sharp chalks, and also scissors. So these are some sharp objects. That means never play with the sharp objects. And also be careful when you are swinging or when you are merry-go-round. So hold the rods or hold the ropes tightly. So when you are swinging or when you are in merry-go-round. And also children, some more safety rules also there while you are playing. That is never play near the water, and never play on the terrace of your house, and wear a proper shoe when you are going to play on the playground, and also never play on the roadside, and always play in the open playground. So these are the safety rules you have to follow while playing. And see the fourth one, while bursting crackers. So what are the safety rules you have to follow while bursting crackers? Burn fireworks outside the house only in the presence of an adult. And second one is do not light the crackers holding in hand. So children, so never burn the crackers inside the house. So it may cause fire accidents and also it may cause damage to the material in the house. So that's why never burn the crackers inside the house. And also burn the crackers under the guidance of your elders or parents. And never light the crackers holding them in your hand. And also some more safety rules also there, that is, so never go near to the burning crackers and never light the crackers by bending over it. And that means you have to keep some distance from the crackers and light them with a long fire stick. And also wear only cotton cloths and do not wear nylon cloths while burning crackers. So children, so these are some safety rules we have to follow in different situations in our daily life. So note these questions and answers in your note. So children, so let us see an activity in this exercise, that is prepare a list of the materials which are kept in first aid box. So keep all of them in a box. Keep it in your home, school and use it when required. So children, already we have discussed about first aid. So during first aid, so if we want to give first aid to any injured person, we should have a kit. And we should carry that kit everywhere, or we should keep that kit anywhere you are. That when you are in school, that means there should be a first aid kit in your classroom. And if you are traveling in a bus, there should be a first aid kit in the bus. So in this way, so we should keep or we should keep a first aid kit everywhere you are going. And so what are the items we have to keep in that first aid kit? That is a first aid box. So let us see the sum of the objects we have to keep in the first aid box. So see the sum of the objects here. So what objects we have to keep in the first aid box? So children, so look at the picture. So here you are observing different objects. We have to keep them in the first aid box. So which will help you very much when any person gets injured or gets accidents. So let us see what are the objects we have to keep. Is the first one is scissors. And the other one is tweezers and rubbing alcohol and splits. And this is a triangular bandage and sterile pad, cotton applicators and adhesive bandage and adhesive tape. And this is a peroxide and this is antiseptic and this is absorbent cotton. So children, so these are the different objects and different things we have to keep in the first aid kit. And if this kit is everywhere, then it will protect an injured person and it gives a support to the injured person. So children, see, so this is the first aid kit. How it looks like, and this first aid kit always be painted red color, and you are observing a cross symbol on it. The cross symbol should always be in white color. And the first aid kit always should be in red color. Why the red color for the first aid box? Because so if any object is in red color, we can identify it very quickly, and we can identify when it is at longer distances. So that's why the first aid kit should always be painted red color and the cross mark painted on it in white color. and we have to keep these objects, that is scissors, razors, alcohol, sprints, bandages, and applicators, adhesive bandages, adhesive tape, peroxide, antiseptic. All these items should be kept in it. These are very much helpful to our while we are giving first aid to the injured person. So children, so note down these objects which have to be kept in the first aid bags in your room. So children, so let us see a fun activity given in this activity part. So what are you observing in this picture? So here you are observing a puzzle, that is a word cross puzzle. Generally you observe this type of puzzles in the Sunday magazines and some journals or magazines. So here they have also given a word puzzle, and we have to fill these blocks by using some hints given here. So these are the hints they have given. By using these hints, we have to fill this puzzle. So that is, so children, so what is the hints they have given? So see, look at the screen. So that is the second one. Any break or crack in the bone. So any break or crack in the bone, and we have to fill the answer for the second one in the second row. So in the same way, what is the third one? The first help given to an injured person. What we call the first help given to the injured person, and write that word in the third row. So here the number given 3, we have to write the answer for the third sentence in the third. And see the sixth one, these can happen anywhere at any time. So what will happen at anywhere, any time? And write that word in the sixth row in the blocks. And see the next one down. That is, we have to fill these answers in the downward. So what is the first one? An ointment can be used in this injury. So what ointment can be used in this injury? So here the answer for the first one we have to write in the first block. That is, this is the first row. And see what is the fourth one? An ointment. So write the name of an ointment in the fourth down row. And what is the fifth one? In a deep cut, first wash the wound with a soap and what is it? And write the answer for the fifth one in the fifth down row. So this is the fifth down. So children, so do you understand these sentences? First you have to understand these sentences, and then only you can write the answers for these sentences in this crossword puzzle. So let us see the answers for these sentences. So children, so look at the puzzle, how they have filled the crossword puzzle with the hints given here. So see the second one, any break or crack in the bone. So what we call any break or crack? So look at the second row. So this is the second one, that is fracture. That is called fracture. And children, see the third one, the first help given to the injured person. What is the help given to the injured person? That is called, see, the third, that is first aid. So first aid, that is first aid. And see the sixth one, these can happen anywhere at any time. What can happen at anywhere at any time? So the answer for the sixth one is, see here, ACCIDENTS, that means accidents can happen anywhere at any time. And see the next one, an ointment can be used in this injury. So see the first down row, where is the first down row? So here is the number one. What is that? SPRAIN. So we can ointment. We can use the ointment. So in the sprays. And see the fourth one, an ointment. So we have to write the name of any ointment. So what is the name of ointment? So see the fourth down row. So here is the four, that is IODEX. Means iodex is the ointment. So which can be used for sprays. You see the fifth one, in a deep cut, first wash the wound with soap and with what? So what is the answer for the fifth one? So see the fifth down row, here is the fifth. So here down row, WATER. That means what? So children, so this is a fun activity, this is a word cross puzzle, and note down this word cross puzzle in your notebook, and you may practice some more word cross puzzles. So in a net search in your Google, and you can practice such type of word puzzles on this chapter. So note down this in your notebook. So children, so let us see. So children, let us see. So one more fun activity in the activity part. So what is the one more fun activity? Draw the diagram of a fire extinguisher and color out. So children, here we have to draw the diagram of a fire extinguisher. So how the fire extinguisher? So here the fire extinguishers would be in red color, and they will be in the shape of cylinders, and we have to write the fire extinguisher on its surface. So children, so let us see the diagram of fire extinguisher, how it will be. So we can observe these fire extinguishers everywhere in the public places like bus stands, railway stations, and everywhere in the houses, schools, colleges. So we can observe these fire extinguishers at the corners of the rooms and buildings. So these extinguishers helpful for controlling the fires when there are some sudden fire accidents. So children, so this is the diagram of the fire extinguisher. Generally, fire extinguishers will be in red color. So children, so it is a cylinder, and in this cylinder there will be a gas. And if you press this nozzle, children, so this is a nozzle. If you press this one, you will get the gas coming out from this tube. So this is the outside tube. And if you press this if you press this lever, so then gas will be come out from this tube, and it will put off the fire. So this is about fire extinguisher. So note down and draw this diagram in your notebook and practice it some more times. So children, the next one is glossary. That is, so they have given some hard words in this chapter, and we will learn about the meanings of that hard words. So the first one is environment. So what is environment? The natural world in which people, animals, and plants live. So what is the environment? So the surrounding place where the animals, peoples, and plants live is called environment. And next one is a balanced diet. What is balanced diet? One with quantity and variety of food needed for good health. So balanced diet is that food which gives a healthy and which gives a health and gives a lot of proteins, vitamins, and minerals to the body is called balanced diet. And accident. What is accident? An unpleasant event, especially by a vehicle that happens unexpectedly and causes injury or damage. So what is accident? Accident, children? So accidents are because of our carelessness, and it will take place suddenly and unexpectedly, especially while we are in the vehicle. And during this accident, it will cause a lot of injury and damage. And see the next one, adequate. What is adequate? Enough in quantity or good enough in quantity for a particular purpose or need. So adequate means sufficient. So adequate means sufficient. So see the next one, pollution. What is pollution? The process of making air, water, etc. dirty. So children, pollution means there are different types of pollutions, water pollution, air pollution, and also noise pollution. So pollution means, so we are making dirty. So here, the process of making air, water, etc. dirty. If you make the air dirty, so it is called air pollution. If you make water dirty, it will called water pollution. And see the next one, hygienic. What is hygienic? Clean and free of bacteria and therefore unlikely to spread disease. So hygienic means in a healthy condition, and hygiene means free of any bacteria and germs present in that object. That is called hygienic food. Next one is what is junk food? What is junk food? Food that it is quick and easy to prepare and eat, but that is bad for health. So junk food means, children, so it is a bad food for our health, and it causes a lot of diseases to our health, and they does not give any nutrients to our body. But they can be prepared very easily and quickly, and there is no use if you eat that junk food. And what is the posture? So posture means the position in which you hold your body while standing or sitting. So in what way you sitting, in what way you standing will represents your posture. Children, what is the subway? So a path that goes under a road, etc., which people can use to cross the other side. So children, what is subway? So it is subway is an underground way which is used while standing or sitting. That is why, children, so while the people can use to cross the other side, and the subways can also be used to cross the roads, some cities in the countries. So what is fracture? A break in a bone or other hard material. So what is fracture? So fracture means a break in a bone or a crack in a bone in the hard material like bones. So children, next, vendor. What is vendor? A person who sells things usually on the street. So vendor means a person who sells things and objects on the roadside is called vendor. And what is the vaccine? So a substance put into the blood to protect the body from a certain diseases. So children, so vaccine means a substance which is put into the blood to protect the body from the certain diseases. So these vaccines very helpful to protect or to prevent from our body from getting different diseases like mumps, measles, diphtheria, and polio, etc. So these diseases can be prevented by taking vaccine right from our body in a scheduled time, in a scheduled dose. So children, so these are some hard words we can find in this chapter. So note down these hard words and their meanings in your notebook. So children, so these are the different exercises we have practiced in the activity part, and I hope that you have all note down these activities and exercises in your notebook and practice them thoroughly at your home. So children, so this is the end of the chapter, and next chapter will be continued in the next episode.